Hello all my ETC friends, family, and folk. This is going to be a quick tutorial on the Featured Dancers hair. Supplies you'll need: a brush or a wide tooth comb, depending on which you prefer, a rat tail comb, and then not featured is elastics and bobby pins. So you'll want to start out, make sure your dancer's hair is nice and detangled so that this can go smoothly. If you do have finer hair or hair that doesn't tend to stick in styles very well, I'll recommend going in with a styling mousse. This will help hold everything in place and make sure the hair doesn't get too frizzy too fast. I like to go in, start with a nice clean middle part using the spiky end of that rat tail comb. It can be a plastic one, it doesn't have to be a metal one like I use, but that helps. So we're going to start by either French or Dutch braiding, whichever you prefer. If it's too much for you, I do have an alternative method that I will show here later. But I just start with a small section in the front, split that into a 3-strand braid, crossing the sides into the middle. I go under and that creates a Dutch braid. If you go over, that's a French braid, and that is perfectly fine too. So to make it a Dutch braid, you will start incorporating smaller pieces of hair, just like that. I'm going to put that into the side closest to it. So incorporate those two together, taking the old strand and the new strand. I'm going to hook those in, flip both of those into the middle. You see, let me secure my mannequin, and then I'm going to flip them right here. And now both those pieces are in the middle, and I'm going to repeat that on the other side. Grab a new section, incorporate the new strand with my old strand, and then I'm just going to flip those over into the middle. And you don't have to do this too many times. I do it like 2 more times on either side maybe, because you're just taking this braid back to the crown of their head. So just the section above their ear to the crown of their head where their part ends roughly. So you'll see, I think this is my last section that I will braid in here. And then I'm just going to start doing a regular 3-strand braid. So I'm just crossing left into middle, right into middle, left into middle, right into middle. Make sure you don't catch any stray hairs there in the middle, otherwise you're going to tug at their hair and they probably won't like that. So from here, you see right there is where I've started just doing a regular 3-strand braid all the way down, and you want to go far enough that it's going to cross where your bun is going to be. Right here I'm going through and pulling sections. If your dancer has very thin hair and the braid looks a little small and thin, you can go through and just pull each section just like I did there, and that's going to make your braid look a little fuller. Absolutely not necessary, but it is an optional step if you feel like the braid needs a little more power to it. So you'll see there I just made sure my braid was long enough to reach past the bun, which will be right down at the bottom of the nape of their neck, and I tie it off with an elastic. And this other side, I'm going to show you no French braid, no Dutch braid. If those aren't in your skill set, no stress, you can do it this way. So you'll just take that hair from below the ear to the top of the head at their crown. Gonna cross over so I can show you easier. Here we go. So I'm just going to take that, separate it into 3, and then I'm just doing a regular 3-strand braid all the way down, side into middle, side into middle. And again, just making that long enough to reach down to where their bun is going to be. That way we can wrap it around in the end. And it barely makes a difference on the overall appearance of it. Doing a French and Dutch braid, that's just being extra. So no worries at all if this is what your skill set allows you to do. See in just a second that they accomplish the exact same task. So either way you do it works for me. Alright, so this is how we'll accomplish the bun. So you should have 2 braids down the sides, flip those forward. If I had a real person with hands, I would have them hold it for me, but I just have them flip forward. And then you're just going to use any extra hair and create a ponytail. If you're using elastics, I would recommend using 2 or 3 or 4, because you do not want this elastic to break mid-show. Or you can use a regular hair tie. I just had elastics on hand at the time. And you want to make that ponytail as tight as it can be to the neck. That way the bun doesn't stick out too far. If you wanted to do just a regular wrap braid or wrap bun, you could do it there, but every dancer will have a bun form that'll match their hair. Mine's a headband because I don't have one right now, but it's gonna get the idea across, just trust me. So you just pull the ponytail through the middle of that bun. My braids are falling down, just ignore that because your dancer will be holding them. So I like to have the person, the dancer, whoever's hair you're doing, look straight down to the floor, and I kind of split the hair and lay it out really nice and flat over the bun. Then you're gonna take an elastic. I call this the 4 corners method. I put both my fingers in it and I spread them out into like a square, put that straight over the bun, and boom, in like 3 seconds, you have a perfect ballet bun. Mine's a little funky because it's a headband, but yours are gonna be beautifully perfect. Then just take all of that extra hair, pull it down, and just wrap that straight around the bun. And now a beautiful ballet bun in seconds. Very beginner friendly. Bobby pin the heck out of these pieces. Your bun form will be a nice little spongy material that bobby pins slide right through, and it helps secure it to the head. So good. So that'll really help these buns stay in place as they're dancing around the stage. So now I'm just taking that braid number 1, wrapping it around. I like to tuck the tails underneath the braid and then pin them into the bun. So I'm just putting all the pins in here to make sure it's not gonna move. So you can make sure that they're pressed on the head, push them through the bun. Then you're gonna wanna cross that other braid over, make sure it's laying nice and flat. It helps if you make sure you're braiding in the direction it's gonna need to live later, but those are details that I can help you with in person if you're struggling. And then again, we are just bobby pinning the heck out of this, making sure that all of those pieces that want to stick out are pinned down. Have the dancer like shake their head, move it, make sure it doesn't feel loose in any places. It helps if you have bobby pins that match the color of their hair so that none of them are sticking out. My face was in that shot, so that's why it zoomed in randomly. But there you have it. In under 10 minutes, we have a beautiful double braid ballet bun. Then you just want to take some extra hold hairspray and spray that sucker down. All those little flyaways, smooth them out all the way, all over the bun, underneath. If you want a little extra hold, I recommend spray wax. Doesn't smell the greatest, but trust me, it's gonna lock it in and it will not go anywhere after you do that. If you need help finding products, come see me. I can recommend stuff any day. Don't mind my mannequin malfunction, but there she is, a nice and beautiful bun. Thank you all so much for tuning in. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you.